This video would have came out earlier, but I had to gather my thoughts, had to, corral all my emotions and all that just to wrap my head around what happened. Um, so yeah, Texas loses to Abilene Christian in the 3-14 matchup of the NCAA tournament. 58-57, whatever the score was, it don't matter. Highly disappointed. Big time failure. That's all I have to say. That game was so frustrating for so many reasons, and this is not to take any credit away from Abilene. They played a really tough grit. They're a tough, gritty team. Their head coach is, I guess he's under the Chris Beard coaching tree, so he's a really tough, defensive-minded coach. And we have problems with Texas Tech, so I'm sure they talked about how to slow us down, and they did a great job. Forced 22, 23 turnovers, insane. They're scrappy. No reason we should be turning the ball over 22, 23 times in the game, but we did so. You're not going to win a game. I don't care who you're playing. You're not going to win a game turning the ball over that many times. And the most frustrating part about it was our defense wasn't bad. Our defense was actually pretty good. Their offense isn't that good, but the turnovers killed us. I said at halftime, I tweeted, if we don't turn the ball over, we will win. I have no problem saying that we would win if we didn't turn the ball over. Well, what do we do in the second half? Continue to turn the ball over. Not strong with the ball. And there's a lot of adjustments that Coach Smart could have made that he didn't make. I liked how he went to Kai Jones with the starting lineup. That was what I wanted to see. Take Greg Brown out. He was pretty much out of the rotation outside of a couple minutes there. I didn't see Jace as much as I wanted to help out, alleviate the pressure off of the three guards. I don't know why Donovan Williams was in there for a good chunk of the time. He didn't do anything like detrimental or anything bad, really. But I'd rather have Jace out there. I'd rather have a shooter rather than Donovan Williams, who's a more off the dribble guy who needs the ball in his hands. I don't want the ball in his hands. I want the ball in Coleman's hands to make a play for Jace. And I would have liked to have seen that. I would have liked to have seen Coleman play more minutes than he did. He had 2 fouls, but come on, man. It's the NCAA tournament. We're already in a close game at that point. You have to let your senior point guard play. Do that. You have to let him play. Do that. I don't care. And Coleman didn't even play well, but you need to have him out there at least. He was out for a good chunk of the game until Abilene went on a run. Then we had to bring Coleman back. We had no other choice, but we had to have left Coleman in the game. No offensive adjustments whatsoever throughout the entire course of the game. We couldn't penetrate the 3-point line. We are never going to be a good offensive team doing that, and we do that a lot. Over the years, where we're just passing the ball out, doing handoffs around the 3-point line, and we're not even breaking the 3-point line. We're not even getting into the mid-range, getting into the paint. That's where we're most effective. And there are too many instances, along with the turnovers. This was another thing that really hurt us offensively. Was just too much. We were trying to go ISO so much. Kai Jones was trying to do step backs, even though he had a pretty good game, and we just didn't play our game. I would like to have seen Sims more involved as well. And then on the last play, where after they made the free throws to take the lead by 1, we had the opportunity to throw it down the court and get a shot off at 1.2 seconds or whatever it was. Why is Brock Cunningham throwing it to Jace? When you're throwing a full court pass and you have a guy at the 3-point line or around the free throw line to try to catch it and shoot it, like a Christian Laettner type of play. Why is Jace that guy standing there and not Kai Jones? Kai Jones was standing in the corner, not doing anything. Kai Jones is the longest motherfucker on our team. Why is he not the guy that's going up for that ball, catching it, trying to turn and shoot a shot. I mean, the odds of us making that shot are slim to none anyways, but you gotta give yourself a chance. This leads me to Shaka Smart, and I hate to do this. Shaka Smart's a good dude. He's a fiery, intense, passionate coach like that, would have your back. You'd want to run through a wall for him. He seems like a really good coach to play for, a really good motivator. But damn, this is the best team he's had, since he's been at Texas. And what's to show for it? Round of 32 exit to a 14 seed. I mean, he had a pretty good team in 2016. We lost to Northern Iowa at the buzzer. Bad luck there. We come back 2018. We blow like a 14-point lead to Nevada. Game goes to overtime. They win. And then this year, this happens. It's so frustrating. This is one of the best teams you're going to ever have, man. And to not do anything with that team, there's no future. If you can't do anything with this team that you have, with Matt Coleman, Andrew Jones, Courtney Ramey, Jericho Sims, Kai Jones, Jace Fevers, Greg Brown, if you're not going to do anything with all of those guys, granted we won the Big 12 tournament, but we wanted more than that. We had goals that were even higher than the Big 12 tournament. And for us to have all that experience, all that talent, all that continuity, all that momentum building from last year, to disappoint like that, you're just not going to have a better team than you had this season. And if he can't do anything with this team, he can't do anything with any other team that he's going to have. So I think we've reached our ceiling with Shaka, unfortunately. It's time. In-game adjustments is really, really rough with him, especially offensively. Defensively, it's not really an issue there. Offensively, we get bogged down too much. Even in the last, our offense is so inconsistent. Like forever, it seems like. That's one of the reasons why we fired Rick Barnes. Hell, offense was horrible. Shaka Smart comes in, he has a better energy about him, more energetic, more passionate, more fiery. But, I mean, still the same offensive issues. At least Rick Barnes was a more X's and O's type of coach. Shaka Smart's just a motivator type of coach, man. We need an X's and O's guys. At the University of Texas, you don't need a guy that's going to motivate you and, help galvanize the troops and all of that. We don't need that. It's Texas. We're more talented than almost any team in the country on any given year. We don't need that. We need an X's and O's guy that's going to help hone our athleticism and our talent and put them to good use. When I heard we were playing Abilene, I did some research on them. I knew we were going to be in trouble when I saw that they were the leading team in the NCAA in forced turnovers, because we're struggling with hella turnovers in the past month or so. That we've been really struggling with taking care of the ball. And 2, charges taken. Abilene was among one of the top teams in the country in charges taken. And I was like, oh, we're going to be in a dogfight for sure. Because us taking them drawing those charges are going to be from us trying to use our athleticism and, thinking we can jump over everybody and run through everybody. No, we need more skill. That's why Greg Brown kind of fell out the rotation as the season waned. He wasn't as skillful as a Kai Jones. And even Kai Jones sometimes is pretty raw. He had a charge in the game that was pretty costly in the first half. So, you know, we need a coach that's going to use that athleticism, use that size, use that God gifted talent, excuse me, and turn it into a product on the court. We have no future. Matt Coleman probably gone. Sims probably gone. I guess all those guys could come back if they wanted to, since this is a free year of eligibility. But let's just say this: Matt Coleman's gone. Jericho Sims is gone. Jace I'm pretty sure he's coming back. Let's see here. Greg Brown, likely gone. I want him to come back. I think it would benefit him coming back, but he might be gone. Kai Jones, I think, will be gone. He should be gone. What else do we have? We have Ramey, who's going to be a senior guard. Jones, Andrew. We're going to have Jace. We're going to have Donovan. And then whoever we bring in. But we're not going to eclipse what we did this season. We're just not. It sucks being a Texas Longhorn sports fan. So much pain, endless pain, man. The way in which we lose every single time. Why do we always have to play up to competition and then we play down to competition? Why? Every single time. Always underachieve. And then the worst part about it is, fans on social media are just clowning us, Why? Why y'all gotta clown us, man? We go through so much pain already. For y'all to clown us, it just makes everything worse. It makes everything toxic. Texas fans are toxic as well. I'm not gonna be toxic, but I'm just gonna be truthful. This is how I feel about Shaka Smart. This is how I feel about Texas basketball. Let me know how y'all feel. And one thing to wrap things up, it hurts even more knowing that we were in a weak bracket. We were in the weakest part of the bracket. Michigan was the 1 seed. If we were to get to the Elite 8, we would beat Michigan. I think we're better than Alabama. I think we're better than Florida State. I think we're better than UCLA. Apparently not. We're out in the first round and those teams are still playing. So let me know how y'all feel about Shaka Smart. Should he be fired? Who should be the next head coach if he does get fired? Who do you think's coming back on the team next year? What's next for Texas? Let me know.